No comment. All right.
So
Okay,
Kevin,
guys.
Kevin, it's been a while now.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on where you are defensively with a few days of spring left.
Well, this was the 13th practice, and we started out this thing asking them to buy in and give relentless effort, be physically and mentally tough, and be good tacklers. That was the start of it, and then we obviously next step was be a fundamentally sound, smart football team. But they've come to work every day. They've done what we've asked them to do. We're still a work in progress, but that is why we have practices left. We don't kick off tomorrow, and so we're energized by where we are, but we're not satisfied by where we are because we got a long way to go. But we have buy-in, and that's key.
It seems like the focus kind of this spring has been a lot of kind of culture building, kind of getting things just built in that regard. How well do you think you, Coach Cristobal, and the staff has done in that, and how does Coach Cristobal compare to some of the other head coaches you've been around?
Right. Well, first of all, culture is very important, and it starts with each individual, and it starts with the staff. Coach and I have known each other for a long time. We've worked together. He is obviously very good at what he does. He has a plan. He's very thorough, very organized. He has an understanding for what it takes to get to where you need to get and the work it takes, but yet he's relentless and professionally impatient with the push to it, that's a great combination in our business, a great combination. We have a staff with Charlie and Rod and Joe and Jamal that we are very, very close. We all have some ties in the past, so that makes it easy, and we have some scheme ties. And then that filters down to the players. And so you have to build a culture. Coach he often says, how you do anything is how you do everything. You guys have heard him say that. And so that's the approach we take. It's built in. Are we there yet? No. Have we made huge progress? Yes.
Coach, like Wesley, early enrollee comes in here. Your early thoughts on him, and has he picked it up pretty quickly?
Yeah. Well, Wesley has, anytime you come, when you're supposed to be going to the prom and you're out here doing this, this is a little different than prom. And there's a lot of stress point because obviously we're not pouring tons and tons and tons of playbook information on them, but we are putting the components and exposing them to the compartmentalized components of it so that they have a base that when we go into fall camp, we can expand it. Because the days are long gone, you can line up in one defense. Also then you think about formations, what's happened. We used to watch football games, and some of us are old enough to remember it. You see 3 or 4 formations in a whole game. And championships were done here doing that. Now you will see in the first half, if they have 46 plays, you will see 38 different formations and motions and shifts. So there's a lot of moving parts. The offense knows where they're going. They're told where to go. We have to react to everything based on the call. So it's a lot, but we try to teach it in compartments. And so on young guys, at first that's overwhelming. He, like any young guy at first, had big eyes, and then he's a smart guy, and he works at it. So he's grown and grown and grown, and he does not truly look like a freshman out there right now. He does not.
Yeah, why does he not look like a freshman? What does he do things that make you think, yeah, this guy can get into the rotation this season?
Well, I'll tell you why. Okay, it's really easy, and I'm not being a smart aleck about this. The reason he does not look like a freshman is because when he was born, he has genes and DNA that make him really fast, explosive, has changed the direction, has natural instincts. Those are gifts, and so that helps. That makes a coach look like we're really smart when we get a guy like that to play really well, when really he was recruited that way.
A few more questions, Coach.
What was your thoughts on the emergence of Isaiah Dunson at corner this spring, coming up to the first team, and Al Blades participating more at safety now in practice?
Right. Well, we don't get real specific because if you watch us practice, you can see we're moving parts. But I will say this: Dunson has really stepped up. He's a smart guy. He's got ice water in his veins, which you have to be if you live on that island out there. but he is really been very focused and done a nice job. Blades is a guy that can play multiple positions and has. So, the amazing thing out of the story of that on the Dunson name is that if you just walk out there in day 1 through 13, probably the biggest surprise, if there was a surprise, and I don't like to use that term, but hey, it's honest. I could give you coach speak, and you'd say, oh, that's just coach speak, so I'm just going to be honest with you about it. Pleasantly surprised with the corner position. One of the better positions depth-wise and football player-wise in the progress we've made this spring. So that's a good thing.
Cyrus Moss, the other freshman we've seen out there a little bit. Just what are kind of
Right.
the traits that stand out about him? And I think we've seen him a little bit as a stand-up linebacker too. Do you think? I know that's mostly what he did in high school. Like,
Yeah,
kind of
well,
see
actually, that's a defensive end that in certain
Is it
sets
okay?
we will stand up, or a jack outside linebacker, which is really a hybrid defensive end. So it's both, and he is obviously a long guy with a lot of development in front of him, but he has a natural pass rush ability. He has natural instincts. We just need to get a few more bricks put in his pocket so that when he does set the edge, he can settle down a little bit. But boy, he works at it.
Thank you very